What's going on, Out of the Park baseball fans? How is everybody doing tonight? Rich Grisham here. It is time, my friends, for the latest episode of The Big Rich Machine. I am so happy to be here with you guys tonight. I'm so happy that you're here. And I'm especially happy because my friend and yours and the true man behind the curtain of this franchise, unless we win, in which case it's me. But if we don't win, the true man behind this franchise, Alex Murray. Alex, how are you, sir?
The truth comes out, Rich. Good grief. I do all this hard work, and then you just take all the... I mean, you can take all the credit. You are the GM, technically. But yeah, I'm doing good. I'm doing good.
Good. Very good. I hope everyone out there is doing well. It's great to have you guys here tonight. Thank you for being here. We're going to have some fun. Last week was the MLB Draft. Alex, let me commend you on doing a fantastic job of that. Well done.
Oh, thank you.
Real quick, your favorite thing that happened in the draft?
For me?
Yep.
For me, the favorite thing that happened in the draft was getting both Cancel and Ben for the first two picks. That was unexpected and also really, really nice.
Nice.
I wish we could have gotten a really high-end pick that maybe ended up in our lap, but Ben Brooks and Alfredo Cancel are both excellent first-round and second-round pickups. I feel very happy that they're both college students. I would say they're maybe a quarter of the way developed already versus a high schooler who's only 10%. So we might see them in the big leagues in maybe 2 or 3 years, which will slot in perfectly with people like Lodolo and even Hunter Green. So they already are projected to hit the big leagues probably around the same time as our other pitching prospects. They're going to be excellent people to slot right into single A, maybe even single A plus right now as they are. So I'm really happy with what we got.
Awesome. Very good. Yeah, that was fun. I learned a lot, and I know a lot of folks on the who were watching it learned a lot, so that was fun. Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, tonight is going to be crazy. It's going to be nuts. It's going to be, well, I don't want to say it's going to be unlike anything that we've done on this series, because that's not true. It's going to be, well, let's put it, well, actually, you know what? Before I even say that, let me just say this, right? Because we're all friends here. Today, the latest episode of Out of the Park Now, the flagship podcast of Out of the Park Developments, came out. It's awesome. I don't say it's awesome because of me. I say it's awesome because of the people on it. We for almost an hour, and I was thinking of you a lot, Alex. We had Matt Arnold on. Matt and I, we did a scientific analysis of the MLB Dream Bracket, which was a lot of fun. And the scientific analysis is that we did our standard process that we do when we when we do our predictions on MLB Network for the regular season and the postseason. So we went through that, taking the bracket as it was, right, with the seedings and everything that was put together by MLB. And we just broke it down after 1,000 simulations, how many times each club won, different things, and I'll sound like an old school, TV guy, but you'll never guess who won, right? Was it, is the right answer the Yankees who actually won the true bracket, or is the right answer somebody else? So that was a lot of fun. That's part of the show. Yes, Coach, it's Tuesday. That's exactly what I'm saying. In addition, we have our friends from Baseball Reference come on and talk about their simulation of the season using very similar to the Dream Bracket, where it was just hit the button and the game does it, based upon AI one time. That's exactly what Baseball Reference's simulation of the season is. They're just, they started a new season and are going. There's not like a whole, which is great and different and interesting, and not different. But anyway, we talked to Kenny Jacklin about that. And then, of course, everybody's favorite Out of the Park personality, Chris Jardine, every week comes on and talks about all the great stuff going on in Out of the Park Baseball's Perfect Team. So that just came out today. That came out today. And I hope you guys go check it out. We have a lot of fun doing the show. I've had a lot of people say a lot of nice things, especially recently. I think there's been a lot more people listening. Well, I know there's been a lot more people listening to it recently, and we've gotten some really nice feedback. People are liking what we're doing, and so I just want to make sure everyone knows about it. All right, Alex. By the way, Alex is a regular guest as well, and will be again.
Yeah.
And Alex, before we get into the show, a lot of people in here know you much more than you're dealing with me and the Big Rich Machine. They know you for your big Saturday show. So yeah, Alex hosts Science Saturdays, which he does all sorts of incredible tutorials. Alex, those are awesome.
Well, thank you.
Thank you for doing that. So be sure to check that out. That's Saturdays at 3 p.m. Eastern on Twitch.
Yeah, those are fun.
All right, Alex. We have work to do. So here's the situation. Alex has told me flat out, we're not doing anything tonight except we're making trades. We're doing trades.
It's trade night.
It's trade night. In other words, Alex gets to go into his favorite place, which is the laboratory. He gets to enter his laboratory. And what will emerge? We don't know yet. Will something drastically different emerge? Will something somewhat different emerge? Or will something slightly different emerge? I think we know the answers to those questions, because when Alex is the man mixing it up in the lab, crazy things happen. So we're going to have a lot of fun. I'm going to be anxious the whole time, just so you know.
Oh, of course.
My anxiety is already up to here, because I'm like, no, these are all my guys. These are the guys we got. These are the guys. Like, these are my heroes, all of these guys. And half of them are going to be gone by the end of the show.
Well, hopefully not half of them, but a few have to go, because they're just too good of a trade bait, and we'll never get this level of value out of them down the road. We're not trading Alzolay. No.
I put my foot down. I put both feet down.
I mean,
as many feet as I got, I'm putting them
down. All of the feet are down on that one. Technically, we could probably get anybody we wanted for Alzolay right now. I've looked into it. I may have tried to see what people would want for a really high-end player, and Alzolay was actually one of the people that they would reference, oh yeah, we would take Alzolay for this high-end player. But he's kind of the only reason why we're actually successful right now.
Magus is messing around in the side room in the lab, so be careful in there, Alex. All right, be careful.
Oh, did you knock over the vials I have in there? Come on, man. Dexter's laboratory is not for you to play in.
So that's what we're going to do tonight. Now, Alex, why are we going to do that tonight? Explain your view of the situation, because
that's true. We should explain.
I wouldn't normally let Alex loose for no reason, although I do defer to him on all sorts of, what should we look at and what should we do. But Alex, you're not happy right now with the team, and you're thinking long term, and you. Well, I'm not going to tell you. I'm not going to put words in your mouth. Tell us how you feel, Alex, about your Reds.
I'm actually feeling really comfortable with the team, to be honest. I'm not really upset with the team. I'm anxious is the problem. We have multiple medium to long-term injuries that are going to throw our team into a little bit of disarray. And we're right now in a pivotal part of our season where we don't want to fall behind right now. We're right in front of where the teams that are going to start to pull themselves ahead of others are going to start to do that right now, because their teams are that good, and we're about to encroach upon the beginning of the All-Star game period of time, and then right after that is the trade deadline. So we don't want to run into the trade deadline not being proactive and then end up with nothing. But we also don't want to go into the trade deadline and realize that we're sellers and not buyers. And there's just too many people right now on the injury list that if we don't really make any moves, we're going to be sellers. We're going to be in a rebuild mode if we're not careful. The Cubbies and the Cardinals are the two teams that I'm most worried about, because they have not done... the Cubbies haven't done that well. They're on a 6-game losing streak right now, which is saving our bacon, Rich. If the Cubbies were doing anywhere closer to 500 for the past 2 weeks, when we had our downgrade of a little couple of series, when we had our National League West blow up, basically, which we're still going through right now, the Cubbies have fared even worse. They're losers of their last 6. They're 2 games below us. They're 28-27. The Brewers are even worse. They're 12 games out of first place with a .439 winning percentage, and we're quite happy where we are at 544, which is 31 wins, 26 losses, right in the middle of the National League Central. But the Pirates are not, they're not losing, Rich. And I don't know why.
They will.
Well, I kept saying that. I kept saying, like, hey, they're going to run into some hard times. You know, they got to play against the Cardinals and the Cubbies. I mean, yes, they lost to the Cardinals. They lost that series, but they beat us. They almost swept San Diego. They swept Chicago, the White Sox, and then they swept the Cubbies, which I didn't expect. And that's probably why the Cubbies are doing so bad, is because they didn't actually beat the Pirates like they were supposed to. So, yes, the Pirates could still manage to go. I mean, they have the Cardinals, the Dodgers, and the Cubbies next, but they just swept the Cubbies, so I don't know what to expect about that anymore. But they could lose the next 7 games straight against the Cardinals and Dodgers. There's a very high chance the Pirates lose a lot of games in the next couple of weeks, and that would probably drop them out of first place. But they would drop them out of first place to the Cardinals, which means we have to keep pace with the Cardinals, who are doing a lot better than I expected.
Hey, easy.
Oh, I don't want to inflate our Cardinal fans in the chat.
We have a strong Cardinal contingent in here, my friend. A strong.
Got to be careful with our words about the Cardinals.
You do.
They might blow it up in our faces.
You do.
But they've done very well. They've got a very strong pitching squad. The Cardinals are actually first in runs against. So they definitely have one of the best pitching staffs in the National League right now. And our squad is also a pitching staff squad. So if we're going to have any chance of being able to beat the Cardinals in a 1v1 situation for the National League Central, we have to out-hit them. That's what we have to do. So unfortunately, our offense has been officially, taken back a step or two, because we have Votto on the DL right now for 3 to 4 more weeks. So that's a month at least. And then Yoshioka's down for 5 to 6 weeks, which is upwards of 2 months. So, well, that's technically a month and a half, maybe a month and 3/4. So our issue is that the 2 most important hitters, outside of Betts, of course, are down. Yoshioka was a get-on-base guy. Same thing with Votto. Votto is having an MVP caliber season. He already almost has 2 WAR, which is more than he had last year, all combined. He was doing really well on getting the ball into the gaps, not striking out as much. He was doing fantastic.
What was his number? He was at 325, 3-23 in 45 games. Not the home runs, but tons of production.
Yeah, I love that OBP. Both him and Yoshi have just really good, strong OBPs, which is what we got them for. We got Yoshi to be our avoid K, get on base, and get walks, and he's done exactly that. And, of course, the gap power has been there as well. But when you don't have, because Yoshi was basically our leadoff hitter, and Votto was number 2, so we've lost our top 2 hitters in the lineup, and we really don't have anybody else to replace them right now. And yes, that is Dante Bichette Jr. We actually traded for him from Toronto, I believe. And he's currently down in single A plus, I believe, right now. No, he's just in single A.
Yep.
But yeah, he's another of our multiple former big league, sons of big league players that we've acquired over the course of this entire series. So the bigger issue is that Luis Severino is down for 4 months. He's gone for the year, and that hurts our pitching depth as well. Which means that basically, Rich, we have to make a decision now about how much these key players are going to cost us in terms of our chances of being able to win, not only for the next month without Votto and Yoshi, but also for the next 4 months without Severino. Now, technically, Severino wasn't even helping us win, so you could almost say that having Severino out of the rotation was better, because he had only gotten maybe 1 or 2 good starts. His best one against Milwaukee, where he had 7 innings and 1 run given up. But every single other start, it really felt like as if he was just not going very long, getting hit hard, and then getting knocked out quickly. So on one hand, Severino's not too bad to get rid of because he was having a terrible season. But on the other hand, we're paying him a lot of money, and he needs to be something that we had the ability to get return from, because we necessarily didn't give up a whole lot for him, but he cost us a pretty penny. He's someone else we could be having. And now he's down for his nerve entrapment, so he's out for at least 4 months. So we're hoping that doesn't turn into something worse.
Yep.
But yeah.
Okay.
So, I mean, if you go to our graphical depth chart underneath of lineups, that's where we're really going to see our issue at this point. Because you're going to notice that the corners, if you go to that graphical depth chart, are very, very weak right now. I mean, because technically, I don't want Posey playing first. Posey is a catcher. He's our best defensive catcher, and he's not really a decent enough first baseman at the moment. We hadn't trained him to play first base in spring training. He had gotten a little bit before with the Giants, but he really needs to be playing catcher for us. So consider a first base completely open. There's nobody at first base right now. There really isn't. And then third base, we have Munoz and Lugo right now, but those are both like bench players, technically. Lugo's supposed to be a defensive replacement kind of guy with a little bit of hitting ability. And then Munoz is a prospect. He's not bad. We actually picked him up from St. Louis. He was involved in the Anthony DeSclafani deal, so we're glad and happy to have him from that deal. But neither of those guys are really full-time third baseman players. Like they're decent, but if we're looking for playoff kind of caliber players, those are both borderline. They would not be on many playoff-bound teams. Is what I'll say about that.
All right.
We also need to think about the people who have not been producing so well for us. Willie Adames at shortstop has not been producing that well for us. Technically, he's hitting close to his, I guess, average if you consider last year his average. But he's got to be doing better than 244 for us at this point. And even Kevin Pillar, while he's had some clutch moments for us and the 6 homers are nice, the lack of batting average is not a good sign for even how good of a center fielder he is. He's not hitting the ball well. And, there's room for improvement there. Left field, Victor Reyes has been doing quite nicely. He's flirted with 300 for most of the season. He's now down to 270. He puts the ball in play well, but he also strikes out a lot. He's projected to have about 139 strikeouts this year, but he is expected to have 30 stolen bases, and he would have a positive net WAR of 1.2 if he keeps going. But we could do so much better. It is always the problem. The problem is always going to be we could do so much better than this. So we have to make a decision now about whether or not we're going to make some acquisitions to increase either the current state of the team or use some of our depth to help with the long-term part of the team and just chuck the year up to injuries, which I know that sounds kind of crazy for only having 3 major injuries. But because our team is built to have a chance at winning this year, but more so designed to win down the road, those key injuries are so much more heavy hitting when they are your third baseman and your first baseman. And they do most of the, getting on base to then be driven in by Betts and, Pillar and Posey. We don't score many runs. And when you lose those kind of players, the key players who get on base, you're going to lose even more runs. And we're going to lose a lot of games by, scoring 1 or 2 runs and the other team gets 3 or 4. So we either have to get more offense or even get better pitching staffs to be able to offset what we've lost.
So I want to do everything you said except chuck the season up to injuries. So I want to get better now, and I want to get better in the future.
Okay. There is a way that we can actually do that with the trades that we're going to be looking at today.
I'm sure there is, because that's why you go into the lab. That's the whole point of the laboratory, is to get better now and to get better in the future so that we can win a wild card and go on a crazy playoff run while also positioning ourselves to be really good for the next 3 to 5 years. That's what I want to do. I want to have my cake and I want to eat it too. Got it?
Yeah, we need to be able to do both and not throw in the towel, but also not, sell the farm. So
Right.
it is
Absolutely.
gonna be a tightrope walk for us a little bit,
Let's
just to
walk the
be able to
tightrope.
balance that.
Let's do
Yeah,
it.
yeah. But we can totally
Let's
do
be
that.
Stevie Ray Vaughan. Let's walk that tightrope. Let's do it.
Let's do it. Okay, so
I'll
let
get
me
my
just make
guitar
sure
off the
everybody.
wall and start jamming to some Stevie Ray Vaughan. I
Oh,
mean,
good grief! No, Rich, no. Yes, we already did the draft. That was last week. If you missed it, go watch the VOD. We had some really good pickups for our draft.
it's on
And
YouTube as well. It's on YouTube as well.
that's right. It's on YouTube. So you can even watch it there. And yeah, it was really good. We did a good job. All right. So do you want to have a little sneak peek at the trades we've got here, Rich?
Absolutely. You might get your wish one
Okay.
day, Magus. It's. I got a Taylor and a Les Paul right there. So at some point, when you stream 5, 6, 7 hours a week, at some point, you might start, you know, playing a little tunes, getting a little creative.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah. Might do an intermission and quick have a little concert in the middle of a seventh inning stretch or something like
And
that.
by the way, Bird, I just got my Taylor like 6 or 7 months ago. My Les Paul I've had for like 25 years, but I just got my Taylor. It's the first really good acoustic guitar I've ever had. It's the best thing. Oh, it's so good. Anyway, all right, I could talk.
Okay.
I don't want to get off track, but I got a sense, chat, that something like that will happen at some point.
Okay.
But tonight we focus on trades.
Tonight is going to be all about throwing 15, that's right, 15 different trades by Rich and seeing which ones he vetoes and which ones he approves. And the fun part for all of you guys watching live in the chat is that we're actually going to do straw polls for every single one of these 15 trades. And you guys can tell us if you like it and if you don't like it.
I like it.
All right?
I like it.
So... No, don't like all of them. I can't do every
No,
single one of these
I
trades.
like the process of doing the straw polls. I think that's fun.
Oh, okay, good. So yes, so I will announce the trade to Rich, and we'll put it up on screen, and then we'll post the straw poll link, and you guys will be able to give us your guys' 2 cents about the trades.
I love it.
And if you guys like them, we'll take that into consideration, and if you guys don't like them, maybe we'll rethink it. But at the same time, Rich gets double weight on all of these trades because he's the most important person in the chat right now.
Oh, now that
all right.
Flattery gets you everywhere, my friend.
Well, maybe you'll accept the D-backs trade then. I mean, what? All right, Rich. Let's go to the Giants because they have 2 different trade options that we're going to be looking at for them.
So I'm going to MLB. Where am I going? Transactions. That's where I was, and go to the player trade area and go to initiate trade, right?
Yes. So
Okay.
we're going to be doing the initiating trades.
We're
The
picking
injury
the
we
Giants?
talked about earlier, Jero, is 4 weeks for Votto, 6 weeks for Yoshioka. 2 of our best hitters are down right now. So the next month is going to be painful. So the Giants are going to be our trading. They've actually turned into rebuilding already. Ooh, this might make it even easier. I don't know. We'll see. So we're going to be trading with the Giants. And let's start by throwing up the people that we're going to be offering to them.
All
and
right.
We'll see if it works. Because I don't know. I did these trades before we did the draft. And people may have actually changed their demands now that they've gotten new prospects. But we'll find out. So we would be adding on to our side of this deal. We would be adding on Theodore Estrada. He's at the bottom of that list you currently see on our side. He's our backup shortstop right now.
Okay.
We'd also be adding on from our side of the deal, we'd be adding on Dawel Lugo, who is, I think he's down below that list. He is on our major league squad.
Okay.
So Lugo gets added. We also are going to add Matsura, our backup catcher.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, but we've got Gruan. And if we put Posey back there too, that's our 2-man catching squad. So that gives us depth, which I like. We're also looking for Nick Gordon. He might not be on the major league roster right now. If he's not, let me double check and make sure where he is. I would assume that he's probably in AAA. Yeah, he should be in AAA.
All right.
I think he's on our 40-man, but I think AAA will be easier to find him there.
I got him.
Perfect. We're also looking to add Jimmy Herget, who's a relief pitcher. He probably is also in AAA.
My goodness. You are a scientist. Where is Herget? I don't see him down here.
Jimmy Herget, Herget, right in the middle of that list, stage of 26, I believe. All right, I'm going to go ahead and add in the straw poll for chat to see what this deal looks like in the end, because we'll see what they think about this as we add the rest of the players to the Giants side. So there's the poll, guys. Let's go ahead and add on the Giants' prospects. So if you go to the prospects list, Rich, for the Giants side, we are going to be adding on Joey Bart.
Hold on. Let me sort it by potential here, because I'm
Yeah,
sure these are all at the top. All right.
They should be all some of the best prospects the Giants are going to be having. So Bart gets added. We need to add, let's see if I can find the people on this list as they come up on my screen. So Logan Webb, a starting pitching prospect. He should be right in the middle of that prospects list for the Giants.
Yep.
And then we have Garrett Cave, who's at the bottom of that prospects list. That's in sight right now.
Mm-hmm.
We are also going to be going to their major league roster as well. So we'll go back to the active roster for the Giants.
Right.
We've got 2 more people to add. We're looking to add Ryder Jones. He's a third base. He's kind of a prospect, but he's kind of fully developed, so he's more of a... He'd be someone that would actually play third base for us full time until Yoshioka would come back.
Connor Joe.
Connor Joe's in the list. We're not picking up Connor Joe, unfortunately.
I don't see him. Ryder Jones?
If he's not on there, he might be on the 40-man roster instead. So let's see if he's on the 40-man by any chance.
Okay.
Okay. If you've got him added, then we also need to add Corey Dickerson. This would be a new outfielder, left fielder for us.
Okay.
And let's see what chat thinks. I'm assuming most of what chat is going to say is, yes, let's do this. Oh, one person said no. Okay, well, that vetoes that. Just kidding. I like how this deal works out. Now, technically, you can have them retain, I believe it's going to be around 45% of Corey Dickerson's contract. Can you see if they'll do that for us, Rich?
I certainly can.
Yeah, that would be the finishing touches to this deal.
Okay.
And this is why, guys, it's going to take us all stream just to go through all of these trades, because we're going to talk about the trade, discuss why we would do this kind of a trade, why it would be good for us. So right off the bat, we would be getting half of what they're paying for Dickerson, which is good. That's a good deal for us. Dickerson is pretty young at 31. He would fill our left field need, which means that we wouldn't have to rely on Reyes to be a productive hitter. Dickerson is a decent contact hitter, very good gap power hitter. He would basically replace Yoshioka for right now. Plus, we'd have him for 5 years because he's on a 5-year contract.
Okay.
He plays a pretty solid left field. We could always ask them to retain more. You're absolutely correct, Brendan. That is absolutely something we could look at doing. But that is a pretty big investment into our outfield when we already have a lot of outfield prospects on the way.
What is
that being said, I'm sorry?
Jefferson Jim's asking what the AI trading is set to. I can navigate away from this and look at that real quick, right?
You can absolutely navigate away. If you
game
go
settings?
to game settings, yes.
And
then if you head
settings.
to, should be the AI settings. So we have it set up to be
average and neutral.
Yeah, so we're on like defaults. The only thing we changed was the ratings weight. We changed that from, I think it was 60, 25, 10, 5 to 55, 30, 10, 5. So we're going more heavier in the old school scout style for this playthrough. So it is pretty average. And average is actually pretty easy for some people. We've had a couple trades already that have gone in our favor pretty solidly, and a couple that actually haven't. So it does depend upon kind of what the opposing team thinks of the deal and what exactly that looks like in the long term. So yeah, if we head back to the transactions, let's review this trade with the Giants really fast. So again, this deal is all about finding replacements for positions we need to upgrade in. So Ryder Jones is a decent enough upgrade at third base that he's worth the investment for a year just to see if he becomes something for us that's really nice. Dickerson is very nice in left field. He would fill, he wouldn't fill, but he would upgrade our left field ability very, very nicely for us. And then the prospects involved are actually pretty decent. I know a lot of people don't think the Giants have very many good prospects left. But you pull in someone like a Joey Bart, and even Garrett Cave is someone that OSA doesn't, OSA has some pretty good favoritism towards. He's supposed to be a pretty decent pitcher straight out of high school. He's had a couple years already. He's been doing pretty well for the Giants in single A plus. And of course, you had on top of that, Logan Webb is also considered a pretty renowned prospect, and he's also mostly developed. So he's already in AAA. He threw 8 games for the Giants back in 2019. Yes, the one problem is going to be Dickerson. So Dickerson has a lot of money invested in him right now. A lot of money. And that's where the retainment comes in nicely. If you could get Corey Dickerson for like $6 or $7 million, that's a good deal. 13, like the Giants tried to make this deal, signed him in free agency, not so good of a deal. So if you wanted to, Rich, let's see if the Giants would be willing to go a little bit higher on Dickerson's contract by any chance. If they'd be willing to retain a little bit more.
They're fine all the way to 80%.
Oh my gosh. Okay, chat, what do you think about this? Oh. That's the first comment is, oh. Oh my god. So that would neutralize all of his contract. Yeah. That would be a pretty good deal at 80%. Now, I mean, again, we're not going to say yes to this deal yet because we have a couple other deals to go through, guys. So don't think this is the only deal we get where everyone's going to be like, do it. Because, au contraire, we have a whole bunch of other ones to go through. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and even just skip the second Giants trade, Rich, because there was 2 different deals to the Giants if we couldn't get Corey Dickerson to work.
Okay.
So we're going to skip the second one because that is not even important now. So let's let chat take a moment to remember this trade. Bart, Webb, Cave, Jones, and Dickerson. And remember, we're getting rid of Estrada, Lugo, and Matsura. All 3 of those are on our major league roster right now. We're also getting rid of Nick Gordon and Jimmy Herget. All right? All right. Let's move on. Trade number 2. We need to go to the D-backs, Rich.
All right.
We need to go to the Arizona Diamondbacks, and this is going to be the most dividing trade that we're going to talk about tonight. This is the one that I'm assuming most people are going to say no to because we're giving up a ton for this deal. So if you go ahead and remove Zach Gallen, we're not going to pick up Zach Gallen in this deal. Okay. So let's start by adding on who the D-backs are going to give us, and then I'll post the link in chat so they can get a good little jump on us. So if you go to the Diamondbacks' prospects list, this is going to be the trade where we go all in on future plans instead of here and now. Not so much that we wouldn't have a chance to win today, but we would give up quite a lot to make this work. But the chances of us winning down the road would be very, very, very nice. So I need you to add Christian Robinson. He's the second person on that list.
Mm-hmm.
We need to add Blaze Alexander, the third person on that list.
Mm-hmm.
I need you to add Corbin Carroll, the fourth person on that list.
Mm-hmm.
I also need you to add Geraldo Perdomo. He's the second baseman somewhat down that list.
Mm-hmm.
And then I also need you, if you've gotten Perdomo added, I also need you to go and find Alec Thomas. He's a center field prospect. He should be further down that list, I'm assuming. Not too far, though. He's a pretty decent little prospect. So, yeah, he was just one scroll down. Okay, so chat's probably already seeing just how much we have to offer up for this. So let me go ahead and post the straw poll so they can get a jump start on us. And then here's who we have to add to our side of the list, Rich. We have to add Willy Adames, our shortstop.
Am I supposed to be unhappy about that?
You can be if you'd like to, but he hasn't been performing.
He may be a fine person, but he has been a bitter disappointment as our shortstop.
I absolutely agree. All right. We also, however, need to add Kevin Pillar, another person who has kind of underperformed for us.
Okay. I'm not shedding any tears yet.
And once you, I'm sorry?
I'm not shedding any tears yet.
Oh, you will, Rich. You will. Let's go to AAA. We have to add Yusniel Diaz to the trade. I'm very curious to see what chat thinks about this trade because this is the one that I love, and I'm sure everybody's going to be like, no way, no way. We also need to add Taylor Trammell to the deal.
He's in AAA, right?
He might be in AA.
All right. Isn't that one of our father-son
He's one of
combos?
Our top. I'm sorry?
Isn't that one of our father-son combos we don't like to break up?
Yeah. Oh, he's in single A plus. My apologies.
All right.
Yeah, this is the son of Alan Trammell, I believe.
Right.
No, it can't be.
Okay.
I don't think it is. I think his name is just Trammell, but he's really, really good. A lot of people have high hopes for Trammell down the road. The last person on the list we have to get rid of and trade is going to be a Leonardo Jimenez. You're going to find him on our prospects list. He was a really good second baseman prospect that we picked up from Toronto. And we had high hopes for him, but at the same time, we have a lot of second base prospects. So he is kind of on the outside looking in. Yeah, not a relation to Alan Trammell. So Jimenez, Jim. If you're doing it by player last name,
got it.
It'd be Jimenez or Jimenez.
It's Leonardo.
Yeah,
right?
Leonardo. Yeah, Leonardo, which is a great first name. All right, so again, they accept this deal, so that's good. So let's talk about this deal really fast. So we're getting rid of our starting center fielder, our starting shortstop, our backup center fielder in AAA, who would be used basically to replace Pilar. We also get rid of one of our top prospects in Trammell and a decent top 100 prospect in Leonardo Jimenez. Now, the reason why I like this deal is you're going to need to go to every single one of these people on the D-backs, Rich. You're going to need to look at their profile pages because each one of them is amazing in different respects. So if you want to start with Christian Robinson, let's just start there at this point. Christian Robinson is a center fielder for the Arizona Diamondbacks. That's what our head scout thinks about him right there. He's 19 years of age, playing in A- ball right now. Decent speed, would make for a very good center fielder for us. And if you go to his OSA ratings, they should always improve if you go to the OSA ratings. Ooh, people don't like this deal. It is offering up a lot. It is offering up a lot. So that's Christian Robinson right there. He is considered he's the number 279th overall prospect in baseball as of our game's opinion. So if you go back to the trade, Rich, we'll let people simmer on Robinson for a little bit of time. And let's take a look at the second person on that list, which should be Blaze Alexander. Blaze Alexander is the 206th overall pick or overall prospect in baseball. He's a very good third baseman, would be able to play third base for us for the future, foreseeably. The hitting would definitely need to improve, but he is only 20 years of age in rookie ball right now. And he has good speed to go along with very good defense. And if the offense continues to go well, he could be someone that we could definitely use in many different places around the field just because of his defense. Yes, Alexander has problems with offense. If his offense can step it up and be what OSA believes it's supposed to be, he turns into something very, very nice. But he is someone that would need to become better than what he's projected to be to probably be worth a superstar kind of caliber trade. Okay,
and
let's head back to
his
the
eye will never get above 55, right? It doesn't necessarily mean that his eye could go to 80. It's possible, right? It's just that's what your scouts thinks his potential is.
Yeah, that's just what the scouts currently believing that player will turn into. OSA is what the rest of the world is given like a general overview of this player. It can always change. But yeah, Alexander is the lottery ticket. He's the one that would be like, hey, if he develops, great. If he doesn't, it'd be kind of rough. But his speed and defense are both very well done. He could also play right field. Let's head back to the trade list. We got more people to go through. Every single one of these players has got decent potential at the least. So I think the next person on the list might be Corbin. I think it's Corbin Carroll.
Yep.
Yeah, this is the 151st overall prospect in baseball right now for our game. He's the 6th overall prospect for the Diamondbacks. He's another center field prospect. Very, very, very good speed. Decent hitting from our scouts' opinion. And if you go to his OSA ratings, I believe it increases a little bit more as well.
Yeah.
He does have some problems with low adaptability and a little bit of high greed, but I'm okay with that since he's still pretty young at only 19 years of age.
Someone's going to bust out the old 97 song any second, right? 19. I was only 19. No? Okay. Sorry.
No. But I do love his speed. I do love his absolute burner speed and his stealing ability. He'd be a very nice center fielder for us. Go ahead and head back to the list. He's basically comparable to Robinson in some regards, so he's not too bad. I think the next person on the list is Perdomo. So Geraldo Perdomo might be the one prospect that everybody here knows, besides, of course, Alec Thomas. So if you go to Perdomo's, he's the 85 overall prospect in baseball right now.
Where does it say that?
I'm sorry?
Where does it say that?
You can see it on the left side of the screen. The prospect ranking is actually right on his profile personal details, but I also have it listed up on our trade straw
poll. Okay, there it is. Prospect ranking. I did not see that.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so he's 85th overall, and he's a second base, third base, maybe shortstop, but mostly third base, second base prospect at this point. Decent speed, and if you go into his OSA, he's pretty decent of a hitter. Another person who has no power, though, which can be troublesome for a corner infielder. You're expected to have a lot of power at the corner infields. So he's a little debatable, but that's also at a low scouting accuracy, and I don't actually even know what our scout has him projected for. I'd have to look that up really fast now. What's our head scout think of him? We have high ranking on his scouting accuracy, a little bit better on the fielding, I think. Yeah, he's a good starting second baseman or third baseman down the road. The D-backs absolutely will be utilizing him down the road at this point. But he's someone that, again, you're kind of hoping gets better than he's actually projected to be. So he's another high flyer ticket kind of person. All right, let's look at the last guy. We saved technically, supposedly we saved the best for last. This is Alec Thomas. He is one of the people that's actually involved in PT mode. He actually has a card for his prospect. He's a future prospect player. He is the I don't even think he's actually listed as a top 100 prospect.
I was just going to say, and now that I know where that number is listed, I'm looking for it. It's not over.
Yeah.
There.
So he's number 144, mostly because of the fact that he has pretty much no gap power or power to speak of. He's pretty much a full-on avoid K's contact hitter with above average speed and an above average ability to play the defensive positions. He would be an excellent prospect for most people to be able to play outfield. Yeah, a 75 that plays like up to an 89. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Plus, he also has high work ethic and intelligence, which means that he will develop very, very well. He's a spray hitter in all regards. He'll put the ball all over the field. Kind of reminds me of like an Ichiro almost, but without the amazing cannon of an arm out in right field. Just really good eye discipline, avoid Ks, and good contact. Not as much speed as Ichiro, though. I mean, if it was speed and the amazing arm, he'd be a 5-star rated prospect. So it'd be hard to do that at this point. Okay, so those are the 5 different people that would be involved in this trade.
Wow.
So if you go back to that trade overview, again, this one involves us giving up quite a lot to get a lot of really young prospects, because you're talking about mostly 20 and 19-year-olds. You're talking about 19-year-old Christian Robinson, 20-year-old Blaze Alexander, 19-year-old Corbin Carroll, 20-year-old Perdomo, and 20-year-old Alec Thomas. They're all basically in single A at the best right now. So these would be the players that we would want to have to win 3 or 4 years down the road. Which we've technically been developing those kind of players for a long time right now. So this is the one trade that I think we're probably least likely to pull off. All right. This is the one that I think we're least likely to be doing at this point. All right. That was just 2 of the trades. We have a lot more to go.
All right, let's bang through these a little quicker. What do we got next?
Okay, well, we're not going to review all the players on their side like we did this one, because I wanted to show off why I like this trade. The rest of them, I think everybody will understand why we like it. Okay. All right, the Braves. We need to go to the Atlanta Braves.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to be adding on to their list a couple of their prospects. We're going to start actually on their 40-man roster. If you can start there. We're looking for Austin Riley. He's a third base prospect. And we're very interested to see if he's been called up or not. I know he's supposed to be on the 40-man already.
Yep, he's at AAA.
He's in AAA. Okay, good.
Oh,
yeah.
wait.
He's got some pretty decent power.
Wait.
We're also...
Hold on. Time out. Who wants to win some perfect points? I think some people want to win some perfect points. What do you say, folks? We do a giveaway of some perfect points. How about 3 winners of 10,000 perfect points each? What do we say? Does that sound like a plan? Let's do it. Let's do it. Okay, this is what we're doing. We're doing 3 prizes of 10,000 perfect points. And we're starting right now. There we go. Smash the exclamation point ticket, chat. Thank you for doing so. Have fun. Tell your friends. All right, Alex, let's keep on rolling. Got the Braves.
So we're going to go back to their prospects list for 3 more people. Sorry.
Okay.
So we're looking for Christian Pach.
Oh.
He is technically...
I know this dude. This is my man.
He is the number 27 overall prospect in baseball.
Now, let me tell you, the dude, he's on my perfect team, or he was. He recently got the boot, but only because I've but he's had some good seasons. I'm about speed. Well, I'm about defense up the middle, center field, shortstop, second base, catcher. This dude can play some serious defense. Wow.
Yeah, he's got some good arm.
I love this guy.
He's got a good stuff.
I'm in. Let's get it.
Okay. So, the other people involved in this deal is going to be William Contreras. He's the catcher at the top of that list.
Okay.
And then the other person that we're going to be adding is going to be Tristan Beck. He's the 23-year-old starting pitcher right in the middle of that list.
I assume Mookie Betts is part of this deal.
No, actually, he is not.
Okay.
But a couple of our people involved are top 100 prospects. So
Okay.
let me go ahead and get the link into chat so they can
Okay.
give us an idea of what they think about this. If I can get it amongst all of the ticket spammers.
Now I'm singing old 97 songs, by the way. You got 19.
Oh,
I don't know if anybody on this chat knows who the old 97s are or their song 19, but it's really good. Go listen to it.
Okay. So for our side of the deal, we have to trade them Theodore Estrada. So if you go back to our Major League roster,
Yep.
we do have to trade them Estrada.
Okay.
So Estrada has to be added to this list.
Yeah, it is.
And then we have to go. We have to go to. Let's go to AAA really fast.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
We need to add. Excuse me. Hergit. Hergit's going to be the person added from AAA.
Okay.
Oof. How long did it take for me to work out all these deals? I'd rather not say. You don't want to know. All right, down to single A plus. We're going to be adding Taylor Trammell to this deal.
Where did he go? There he is. All right.
Also from single A, we're going to be adding Felix Hernandez. Yes, that Felix Hernandez.
Wait, what? As in King,
yes.
As in King Felix?
King Felix.
Why is he on our...
We picked him up as a minor league free agent, and we've been trying to find a place for him to play in the minors. He started off in AAA, but he wasn't doing very well, so I ended up having to bump him down to AA. He didn't do well there, so he's ended up in single A plus, trying to recover. He's done very well in Daytona, too, so I'm actually happy to see him doing so well. We're also going to have to add Leonardo Jimenez again, back to the trading block. You guys are going to hear a lot of the same names over and over again, unfortunately.
I don't think so. What? Where is Jimenez?
You're going to want to go to the prospects list. That'll be the fastest way to find him, unfortunately.
All right.
Otherwise, he's in the Billings Mustang Rookie League, or the team is the Billings Mustangs.
Is this the trade?
This is a very good deal.
Oh my god! I do this trade in a heartbeat. I mean, I don't.
All right, well, we've got lots of other trades to go through.
I'm telling you, dude.
It's a good one.
I don't know 1/100th of the players that you do, and I know 3 of those 4 players. Hey, I'm getting all those guys.
The problem with this deal is that I believe Christian Potch is not the hitting Christian Potch that you're used to seeing, Rich.
No, I don't care about his hitting. I care about his defense and his speed.
That's true. He does have both the defense and the speed.
I love defense and speed up the middle. I want power from the corners, and I want defense up the middle, and that's what this guy gives me in center field.
Yes. This would be an excellent move for us to be able to then turn around and get rid of Pilar if we wanted to.
Absolutely.
We could easily do that. So this is one of those deals where these are a couple of players the Braves either don't value enough, even though they probably should be, or they've given up on for a couple of them. In terms of just what their options are in real life in our game and what they're trying to do. The bigger problem is that a lot of these players are on their 40-man roster, and the Braves do need to clear up some of those roster spots. So this is definitely one of those trades that's very intriguing, very, 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 very nice.
All right, you're gonna have to work really hard to not have me do this.
Yeah.
What's next? What do you got?
Yeah, this is the tough one not to say yes to. Oh, that was a unanimous yes on all of the
Absolutely.
Okay,
I'm ready. Let's do it.
Let's move on before we say yes to this deal. Let's head over to the White Sox.
All right.
And we're going to do an oddball trade option for them. So if we head to the White Sox, we're going to add to their list. Everybody is going to be a major league player, which is why I like this deal, but also why I don't like this deal. So every single person is on their active roster, and we're going to be looking to add Michael Kopech to this trade.
All right.
We are also going to be looking to add Lucas Giolito to this trade.
Oh, really? Is that
yes? Oh no, that's just the two minor players.
I know that guy. If I know the guy, you know he's got to be pretty good.
And then the last person that we're going to be adding is going to be Eloy Jimenez.
Oh, come on. I was about to joke, and what are you going to tell me? Eloy Jimenez? Again, I know that guy. If I know the guy, you know I'm going to say yes. My goodness gracious.
So those are the three people on their side. For our side of the deal, we would have to give up, again, Thairo Estrada. Estrada is highly valued across the league.
And again, I'm fine. What is he doing for us right now? What is he doing for us?
He is what's keeping us from having one more injury and then not having a shortstop. That's basically Jimenez's or Estrada's job.
Is he our starting shortstop right now?
Adames is our starting shortstop, but technically Estrada is almost as good in almost every regard.
Right.
So it's really hard to really say that Adames is our starting shortstop. We also would have to add Matsura, our backup catcher.
Okay.
We also have to go to AAA.
Uh-huh.
And on AAA's team, we have to give them Yusniel Diaz, our center field prospect. And we're also having to give them, once you've got Diaz added, yeah, we're going to add Jimmy Herget.
Why do you hate Jimmy Herget so much?
Mostly because I think he's considered a 3.5-star to 4-star relief pitcher in AAA. He's actually very, very good.
Okay.
So he's a bit rough to get rid of. We also have to add Leonardo Jimenez back onto our side. He's somebody that we are almost always adding on to these trades to make them work because he's a top-tier prospect.
I've added him 513 times tonight, and I still don't know where he is.
He's on the rookie system. He is part of the...
I should
know where he is. Billings. He should be part of the Billings team. Billings Mustang team.
All right. Okay.
Oh, okay. So here's the first trade where that changes and they don't like it. Okay.
I don't like it either.
Can you go ahead and
I love it.
Can you have us retain 100% of Matsura's contract? We already have Luis Roberts puppies.
Nope. No good.
No good. Oh gosh. You'd have to add some of Estrada's contract too, I'd assume then. I would start at 100% and see if that even makes it happen. This might be the one trade that we don't get because of the fact that they drafted new players.
Nope, no dice.
No dice. Okay, well, this trade has officially adapted because of the time frame that's been played since I made this attempt on my end. So this might be the one trade we actually can't get. But that's okay because personally, Giolito and Kopech are really not what we're looking for.
Well, I mean, to me, this is a win-now trade. I mean, I know they're young, and Jimenez is super young, but this is also saying we're going for it now because all three of those guys would play day. They're all in the Major League squad.
Exactly. Yeah, this would be a pick up 3 starters to try and win right now and get rid of some depth to be able to do that.
Yep.
So this is the one deal where we're going all in on this season, and both Giolito has arbitration, and then I think he's a free agent after like 1 or 2 years. And then Jimenez already has been given his extended contract. So he's already making like $11 million starting next season. So it actually wouldn't be great for us down the road.
Okay.
So yeah, I don't think we'll be doing this trade, and that's just fine. So let's go ahead and go on to the next deal. So this is going to be a quick one. We're going to go to the Toronto Blue Jays.
Okay.
And this is one that might actually be really, really bad, but I just want to show you guys how valuable some of our players are. So if we go to the Blue Jays,
are we really...
Actually, that's exactly who we're getting. Go ahead and add Bo Bichette to the deal.
I knew it. Let's go. Come on. Let's go. And Estrada,
so the deal for Bichette is a 1 for 2. We would have to give them both Estrada and Willie Adames.
Oh my God! Yes, please take him.
But hold on.
No, there's no holding on. There's no holding on.
Check Bo's defense first, okay?
Why can't I can't find Adames to get rid of him fast enough. I'm like, oh please, God, take him.
Just get off the team already.
Let's go.
Adames, Estrada. And I don't even know if they'll accept this now, to be honest. No, they still would. The problem with this is that if you go to Bo Bichette's profile page, his defense is not good enough to play shortstop. It's just not. He is a second baseman for life because of that range. And if we had anybody who could play shortstop besides Adames and Estrada, I would make this deal in a heartbeat. But this kid can't play defensively any hope in the world at shortstop. So it's not a good deal for us only because he can't actually play shortstop. Otherwise, yes, this would be an amazing deal.
So what are you teasing me? Are you like just trying to make me feel bad or something?
Yeah. That's just to make you feel bad, Rich. That's just to show you what we could get.
I thought we were friends. I didn't realize you enjoyed torturing me.
I love torturing everybody. Come on.
My goodness.
So, I mean, but again, in all seriousness, this is an offer we could think about because, Jero makes a great point. Yoshioka could come back and play short. We could make Nick Senzel play short for a little bit of time. We have people in AAA who are ready to go. We do have Dawel Lugo who could play shortstop in the meanwhile. But the problem is that we could get so much more for Adames and for Estrada that doing a 2-for-1 just for Bo Bichette is it's almost not enough for us. It's almost not enough.
Okay.
Oof. And we only had a no on the straw poll. Although I think some people are on mobile and they can't do straw polls, so that makes sense. But yeah, this is the one trade that I don't think we should do, but it's just kind of nice to know that, hey, we could have gotten we could get Bo Bichette if we wanted to in a heartbeat.
Where's Vladimir Guerrero Jr.?
He is actually injured right now. If you go to their injured list, he's down right now. I thought about Vlad Jr., but he also has really bad defense, like really bad defense. Rich wants both.
I mean, can't hurt.
Oh gosh, Vlad Jr.'s hitting is just way too good. Just way too good.
He also can't play defense.
He also can't play defense. No.
So what are the real life Blue Jays going to do with the left side of their infield that can hit but cannot play defense?
Well, I'm wondering if it's more so that that Bo hasn't had his defense updated in a while in OOTP. It might be better in 21 than it was in 20, for all I know. But at the same time, I haven't seen many Gold Glove caliber plays from Bo, so I don't know. Maybe he is that bad. I've never seen Bo play personally, so. Okay.
I have seen Dante Bichette Jr. play personally many times, because he was in Trenton for a couple of years.
That's true.
And I go to all the Trenton, not all the, I go to Trenton games multiple times a year.
Okay, so let's move on. We've got a couple more trades to go through before we have to start making decisions about some things. So our next trade offer is going to be involving the Miami Marlins.
Okay.
And we're going to be picking up their top 3 prospects.
Of course we are.
That's our goal with them. Because basically the Marlins don't have anyone besides their prospects. That's basically all they've got, are prospects.
Not after we're done with them.
Yes, exactly. That's exactly where we're going to. So our approach, actually, one of those people might not even be a prospect anymore. Actually, no, they are. Never mind. We're good. So, of course, we're picking up Victor Mesa, of course. We would also be picking up Sixto Sanchez, their best starting pitching prospect. And last but not least, we would also be picking up JJ Bleday. So we'd be basically stealing all 3 of their best prospects. And let's work on who we have to add to our side of the deal. They would want from us, of course, Thairo Estrada, since he would become their full-time shortstop pretty much.
Okay.
They also want Steven Valenez. He's actually at the top of that list right now. He's a relief pitcher for us. And then we would also be adding Jimmy Herget back onto the list. He's in AAA right now. So we can turn them from into a AA team from a AAA team. Yeah. So yeah, Herget gets added, and then we of course bring back Leonardo Jimenez from the Billings Mustang squad, that second base prospect who's pretty much always going to be involved. Ooh, people are not liking this trade as much. I'm interested in why.
The Marlins also can't make it. They don't have.
I'm sorry?
The Marlins cannot make it unless we accept some money.
Oh, hold on. Did I actually have that listed down? Oh, they had money gotten away because of their draft. So we would have to retain some of Estrada's contract to make that happen. Probably also Valenez's contracts too. That's true. We could just give them $1 million and that would actually solve the problem as well.
I wish I would be so much of a problem for someone that, but they would just give me $1 million. Be like, you know what? Here you go. Just take $1 million, please.
Yeah, that would probably make that deal work. People aren't feeling this trade. Okay. That's why we're polling the chat to see if people like this deal as much as we do.
Yeah, $1 million makes it happen.
Okay, so they do like the $1 million. So again, this is mostly for 2 outfielders and Sixto.
Cue the Bare Naked Ladies song. If I had $1 million.
Oh, good grief! It's gonna be one of those streams.
It is. It
Rich
already
is.
It's not gonna be
halfway through.
It already is.
Oh,
I'm a huge Sixto Sanchez fan, by the way. He's one of those guys whose names I know. I've been tracking this dude for a while. I like him.
Yeah, Sixto's really good. He's got good potential. Well, the catcher problem right now is solved if we move Posey back to the catching position. So we already have Buster Posey, who should be playing catcher. So we're hoping that we can just basically put Posey back at catcher and then just call up a first baseman until Votto is healed. So that's our approach right now. So this deal is interesting. I like the prospects we get from Miami. Most of them are almost ready to go. Almost all of them are fully developed at this point. They would be ready in about a year or two. Woo! They're all very young.
Victor Mesa, hello. Got some good defense. Got some good.
Yeah, if you thought that Potch was good for a center field prospect, let me introduce you to Victor. Victor Mesa is,
as my friend Magus says, sketchy eye.
That's true. He does have sketchy eye. Although, to be honest, that mostly means that he's going to have some weaker ground balls and probably isn't going to walk that much. But you got to love that speed, avoid K, and contact. He's very hit or miss, though. I have seen a lot of people who have simulations where he does absolutely nothing, and then other simulations where he hits like 350 and has 50 stolen bases, and is just a beast as a leadoff hitter. So it goes both ways. Oh, it goes both ways.
Now we have airplane quotes in the chat. I love it. Absolutely love it. It's the best. It's the best. I
love
love
that.
this. It's fantastic.
Okay, so chat is split on this 50-50 in the straw poll too. So this is one that we might
Is
not
there one
go
more
back
prospect
to.
of theirs we can get since we're giving them $1 million?
Maybe you could ask for. I would probably ask for Braxton Garrett and see if they would even think about that. Garrett's pretty good.
Oh yeah, we're in. They like it.
Oh, okay. Could we ask for Banfield as well, the catching prospect? He's way too much, I would assume.
Yeah, that's too much.
Okay, that's too much.
But we were good. What if we take Garrett out, right?
What if we tried to make this work now?
Okay, wait. Who was the guy who I just took out? Braxton Garrett?
Braxton Garrett.
Make this work now. They want Adames. Okay.
Oh, okay. So
or
that's too much.
No way.
No. We're not getting rid of Alzolay.
Not happening.
Yeah, nobody on that list so far looks that interesting to get rid of. We kind of need all those players right now.
Green?
Scroll down to the bottom of that list, though. I wonder if
Hunter Green?
Hunter Green is one of our top tier prospects right now, actually.
Hunter Green has a ERA of 5.82. That does not succeed in my organization, Alex.
Yes, but he's also like the 60th. No, he's like the 28th overall prospect in baseball right now.
You've been trying to get rid of Taylor Trammell all night. They'll take Taylor
Trammell.
Trammell.
And we aren't right now, which is interesting. They don't actually really badly want Trammell.
There you go. They'll take Trammell and it's done. Now we want.
I wouldn't do Trammell at that point. I would probably. Well, I mean, that wouldn't be a bad trade, but I probably would think that we could get more out of that deal at that point. So, I think we'll move on for the Marlins, but I'll think about it. That's interesting. That's interesting that we could add on someone like Banfield and Garrett and have a talk about that. But chat, even in the straw poll, has now officially merged into the no can do zone. So let's move on. Let's move on. Let's go to the Houston Astros. We're gonna go rob from the cheaters.
How many more of these do we have left? Just check.
We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 more.
Oh my gosh. Okay, we got to move a little quicker. All right.
We gotta move faster. Oh yeah. So from the prospect side, we would be adding.
Too.
I'm sorry.
We got to finish the giveaway too.
Okay. That's true. How about after the Astros here, we'll do the giveaway. That might be a good stop point for that. All right. So from the Astros, we would be looking to add on from their side of the deal, Forrest Whitley.
Where is he? Prospect?
He should be the top tier prospect for their organization. If you sort it by potential.
All right. Very good.
We also would be adding on a prospect, second baseman, Frudis Nova. He might be on that list further down. Nova. He's part of their rookie system, Dominican Rookie League. He's a second base prospect. There he is. Nova.
Where?
Looks like he's 20 years of age.
Where do I not see it?
Oh, scroll up just a little bit.
Oh, okay, got it.
Yeah,
right.
So it's him and Whitley. And then for our side of the deal, we need to add Estrada to this deal.
First of all, am I adding Jimenez again?
No, we're not.
Because I'm
not
right on Jimenez. Okay.
No Jimenez this time, just Estrada. We're going to be adding Matsura. Both of them are on our Major League squad.
Okay.
And then the last person would be Jimmy Herget from AAA. And they would actually consider that a deal. So this is an interesting one because it would give us a really high-end starting pitching prospect. Whitley is considered the number 5 overall pitching prospect in baseball. Or no, not baseball. He's the number 5 overall prospect in baseball, flat out loud. Nova is considered the number 71st overall prospect in baseball. We wouldn't have to give up a whole lot outside of course, Estrada.
So that means that means Willie Adames is still my shortstop. Can we flip Estrada and Adames here?
You actually can, although I believe that Adames is actually worth more than Estrada in most CPU eyes.
Okay.
So there's a chance that we would be giving too much away if we did Adames.
Okay.
Depending upon what we wanted to do about that.
Okay.
But this is an interesting deal. It would be a very small deal, but it would give us a very big prospect. But we'd be putting all of our money on Whitley becoming something really, really good.
Mm-hmm.
So this would be a long-term deal right here.
Okay.
All right. Okay. And again, it also doesn't address our issues of first base and third base. This is just a look, we're going to build for the future. We're going to get rid of people that are highly valued right now. This is what the Houston Astros would give us that we would actually accept back. They don't have anybody else they'd be willing to give us because they're in build a dynasty mode, which means they want starters right now. All right. And a lot of people said no, they don't like that deal. That makes sense. All right. On to another team then.
Okay.
So we're going to go over to the Kansas City Royals.
All right. Don't mind me. I'm just shopping Estrada real quick. Just carry on.
Oh, okay.
Carry on.
Yeah, you can definitely shop Estrada. The kind of results you'll get back is very striking. You can get really good people and really middle of the road people, depending upon what the team demands are and what people are willing to give you. Like you can see right off the bat, Jazz Chisholm is what the D-backs would offer us 1-for-1 for Estrada. That's miraculous in and of itself. Chisholm is great. That is a fantastic prospect. I mean, you've got Ryan Mountcastle. We tried to get him earlier in the season. You've got Austin Riley. Sure, you can get someone like a Dansby Swanson, but I wouldn't get Swanson at this point. Dalton Varsho's not too bad. If you keep going down the list, there's a couple other people that are pretty decent. Of course, you've got Giolito right there, Dylan Cease, Carlos Rodon, a couple of starting pitchers from the White Sox are pretty decent. Oscar Mercado's not bad from the Indians. He's a pretty decent prospect. Brendan Rodgers from the Rockies, if you are looking for something like that. But you're really not going to get anybody who's like 4-star or above. Most of them are going to be people who are flirting between 3 stars and 4 stars. But again, you got someone like Luis Rengifo, who's pretty decent for a prospect. A lot of the higher star players are going to be relief pitchers, though. And we really don't need relief pitchers right now. But yeah, I mean, you've got Dominic Smith in the list. Ahmed Rosario would be an interesting pickup.
Okay. Someone just said what happens if you shop them, so I was shopping. All right, what's our next team?
Yeah. So we're going to go over to the you know what? Actually, we're going to skip the Kansas City Royals because this deal isn't really going to ring any bells for people.
Right, so
it was
only bell ringers from now on.
I'm sorry?
Only bell ringers from now on. What do we
got? Only bell ringers. So let's head to the Angels. After we do the first of the 2 Angels deals, we can do the raffle.
Okay.
This will be a good one right here. So the Los Angeles Angels, we are adding on to their side only 1 player.
Mike Trout.
Only. I wish. It's not a prospect, Rich. This is going to be a starter.
Ohtani.
We are going to have an option to pick up Shohei Ohtani. And we actually don't have to give them a whole lot to be able to get Ohtani. So let me go ahead and get the straw poll in.
Why do you torture me?
So, for our end of the deal, we do have to give them Valenez from our Major League squad, as well as Thairo Estrada. So if you go to our Major League squad, we do have to give them a couple of good players. Yeah, so we have Valenez.
Why would I not do this deal? Well, they're not going to do it.
The reason you wouldn't do this deal is because Ohtani's already had Tommy John surgery, and there's a chance that
who cares? He can hit.
He can hit. We also have to add Nick Gordon from AAA, or is he in AA? He might be in AA. Hold on. Let me look up real fast. He is in Louisville, which is our AAA farm team.
What is he?
So we have Nick Gordon being added to the trade, and then, of course, we have to have somebody good to make this work, and that, of course, is going to be Taylor Trammell. So after you add Nick Gordon, go to the single A plus Daytona Tortugas and add Taylor Trammell from there. And we'll see if this works still for the Angels.
Yep, it works.
Okay. So this is our deal that would net us Ohtani. He would slot into the starting rotation in replacement of Severino. He could also play technically. We could probably train him how to play left field. Maybe. I'm not sure if he's ever played left field in his lifetime. I think it's just right field. So there's issues there. Yeah, this is an interesting deal for Ohtani. Ohtani is definitely an interesting one to talk about. And I'm interested to see what chat thinks about the Ohtani deal and whether or not that's a good deal or not. Most people are saying yes, though. Okay. Okay, so, Rich, do you want to do the giveaway with the first half of the Angels trade offers done?
I'm too busy looking at Ohtani's ratings. I'm sorry. I'm a little dazzled right now. Just thinking about all that he could do for us.
He would be really, really nice. He can run. He can hit with power. He can throw, and he throws for gas. And his injury proneness is only normal. So, yeah, there's a chance. I know a lot of people are going to be like, do the Braves trade and the Ohtani trade. Just do both, and you get everything.
Can't do them both. That's the thing. It's coming. I mean, I don't care what else you're saying, Alex, and I love you, but to me, it's either the Angels deal or the Braves deal.
Yes, the Braves deal is by far one of the best.
It's got to be the Braves. Like I mean, this you are. Now I realize you're having fun torturing me. You're like literally enjoying. I've got these fork in the road moments with this franchise, and you're like, yep, I get to just put it all in front of Rich, and then just absolutely just
watch him stress out about it.
Exactly.
Oh yeah. And as we get further and further down our list of trades, it's just like, no, I like the Braves offer. Why are you giving me more
right, what do you
options
got? Let's
that are
bang through the rest of them. You got to. I mean, only something that's better than one of these two deals. Only something that's better.
Technically, this next deal might be better, but we'll see what you think about it.
What do you got?
Well, so do you want to do the giveaway first, or do you want to hear the other Angels deal?
Let's go.
Okay. So there is one other.
Oh.
There's.
Okay.
Huh?
There's another Angels deal. Okay, sorry.
It's the other Angels deal. So there is another Los Angeles Angels deal where we do not trade for Ohtani.
Okay.
So you can remove Ohtani from that list. I know a lot of people like Ohtani, but if we're really going to do something for long term, this is the other end of the spectrum where we get prospects. So if you can go to their prospects list. I wish I could have gotten Trout, guys. I know. But even I can't manipulate the game that much, okay? There are limitations to how well I can perform, even given like a week notice about how to do something.
I'm telling you right now, dude, I cannot imagine any list of prospects that will be better than the Ohtani deal. But what do you got?
Okay, well, let's just get started. So we're going to add Joe Adell, of course.
Yeah.
We're going to add Jahmai Jones, of course. We're also going to add Jeremiah Jackson, who's technically injured, but is only like 2 days left on his injury list, if I remember correctly. So we add both of them, and then we also go to the Major League squad, and we add Luis Rengifo to the list as well. And those are the people that we get in this deal, are those four. He might be on the 40-man if he's not on the Major League roster. They have been playing him, though.
I got him. All right,
there's the straw poll for chat to be able to give us feedback on that.
Alex, this is boring. Boring trade.
Doesn't like it. All right, well, let me just tell you who we have to get rid of to be able to get this deal. We would have to get rid of course, Estrada and Jimenez. They are very big on both of those people, as the Angels have absolutely no relief pitchers. So Estrada and Jimenez. And then we need to head to, this is going to be AAA, to be able to add on to the list. We're going to add on Yusniel Diaz and also Nick Gordon. Chad is already backing up for Ohtani. Okay,
Yeah,
all
me
right. I
too.
get the
I'm with
message,
Chad.
guys.
I'm with
It's
Chad.
gonna be hard not to get Ohtani, but at the same time, we have to think about it. All right, and then the last person on the list, we do have to give them Taylor Trammell. You could just say make this work now, and Trammell would be at the bottom of that list most likely.
Yep. All right.
So that is the other alternative deal with the Angels. We would get Adele, who is considered the 16th overall prospect. Jones is the 329th overall prospect. Jackson's the 195th. And Rengifo is already... Rich is like, nope. Veto, and more vetoing. Oh, my gosh. I should not have done the Braves deal first. I should have done that one last. I should have done that one last. That way it would have gotten better and better. At least take a look at Odell for me, please.
No, look, I'm not saying this is a bad trade by any stretch of the imagination. Okay? Please understand.
No. I understand.
This comes from a place of I can either get 2 or 3 of the best prospects from the Braves, or I can get Ohtani versus 4 guys I've never heard of, one of whom might be really good. It's a great trade, except compared to those other trades, no, not at all.
No. Okay.
No matter what, we're in the business of entertaining people, Alex, and this is not as entertaining as the other stuff.
That's true. We do have to entertain people. I always forget about that. Okay, so if you're not enthusiastic about Adele, I know some people would love Adele.
He looks great. He looks absolutely great. He can hit. He can hit for power. He's potentially got a good eye. You know, my friend Magus says a little sketchy avoid Ks, but that's all right. And he can pitch too.
He's Ohtani 2.0.
He's got decent movement and control. So,
yeah, he's not a bad prospect, but he isn't what the Braves can give us in just names alone.
Nope.
So yeah, okay. So I'm gonna let chat go over some stuff. Let me repost the 2 offers that we're thinking about doing, which is of course the Atlanta Braves deal, and then we're thinking about the Shohei Ohtani deal. And how we'd be able to do both of those offers. And Rich is trying to make Mike Trout work.
No,
the issue with making Mike Trout work is that we don't have the money to make it work.
So we could do the Senzel for Ohtani deal straight up.
If you're okay with getting rid of Senzel's kind of our biggest person that we're building around.
He's our sneaky most important player in the whole organization. So
yeah. I mean, there's a world in which Senzel turns into a 5-star, 300 batting average machine that just is amazing.
Now, hold on. So just hear me out on this. Hear me out.
Yes.
Hear me out. We do the Ohtani deal for Sonny Gray, and we do the Braves deal.
I wouldn't be getting rid of Sonny Gray for almost anybody right now, personally.
Okay.
Sonny Gray is still on track to be, Cy Young caliber kind of a season.
Okay.
If he can get more wins behind his belt, he's projected to have a 7.1 WAR season. There would not be many people that I would ever trade Sonny Gray for.
Okay, good to know. That's
unless
why I
it's
asked
Mike
the
Trout.
question. Here's the thing.
Maybe.
Don't ever be afraid to ask a question. Just make sure you're prepared to handle the answer. I'm good.
Absolutely, yeah. Also, Sonny Gray's only making $10 million a year for an ace pitcher. So he's perfect for us. Extreme ground ball, excellent stamina, not a bad, clubhouse influence. Sonny Gray, probably not going to be...
I have no problem with Sonny Gray. That's why I asked the question. I love Sonny Gray, and you just made me love him even more.
Good. Yeah, I think Sonny Gray and Alzolay are off limits. They're just... I wouldn't give up any of them, either of those 2 guys, for the world right now. They are our backbone right now.
Agreed.
All right. Do you want to do the giveaway while I try to work around how to make both of these trades work?
So is that where we are now? You're trying to make them both work?
I'm going to see if it's possible. We have people.
I love it. Very good. So no more looking at trades. It just comes down to this, right? Is this it?
That's all we're going to do. It's just
beautiful.
Up to those 2.
All right. So a couple more minutes here left in the show, folks, right? So while we wait for our our lead scientist to emerge back from the lab. We're going to do the giveaway. So if you are in the chat right now and you have not entered the giveaway, I'm giving you another about 15 seconds. You hit exclamation point ticket, and you'll be entered to win one of 3 prizes of 10,000 perfect points. So about 10 more seconds. There's almost always somebody who gets in like literally as I'm pressing the button. And there we go, D-Money. Nice job, D-Money. I love it. Fantastic. All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, that is it, folks. That is it. Excellent job. Great, Ajax. I say Ajax because I pretend to know. Oh, sorry, Guernica. Oh, I feel terrible. I say Ajax because I try to pretend like I know European football, and Ajax is a good club in the Dutch league. Don't ask me to pronounce the Dutch league's name. What is it, like Arrivederci? I asked you not to ask me to pronounce that, Alex. Come on. All right, so here we go.
Don't even.
What? All right. Here we go. Are you ready, chat? 3 winners, 10,000 perfect points. Winner number 1, by the way, when you win, just message me on Discord. I'm Rich G, and Eredivisie. Is that how you pronounce it, Magus? Okay. I was in the ballpark. No pun intended.
Close, yeah.
Yeah. And the fact that I knew that they played in that league, that's impressive, right? I gotta give myself
you
a
got
little
my
credit.
respect for that at least.
Yeah, thank you. All right. So when you win, message me on Discord. That is the best way to make this happen. And all I need is your perfect team username. That is it. All right, here we go. The winners. Number 1 is a yordle named Leo. Excellent work. Our good friend Leo. Nice job. Well done, sir. Love that. Always happy when that happens. All right, the next winner is Magus. Come on now. Here we go. It's like an old school throwback night.
It's just the veterans.
It's an old school throwback night. And the third winner is, if it says AZ Axel, I'm going to.
I didn't enter, thank goodness.
I know. It's Jefferson Jim. There we go. I love it. This is great. Long time, guys. It's been it's always fun when the long time guys win it. I love it. Congratulations. Nice job, everybody. Oh, so you 3, I know you guys know how to hit me up in Discord. Excellent job. All right, 10,000 perfect points each to our 3 friends. Thank you guys for being here tonight. All right, Alex. The time has come. What are we gonna do?
The hardest part's gonna be getting Ohtani, because we can always come back and get less of the Braves prospects if we wanted to.
No, I don't want to.
However,
if I gotta go Ohtani or the Braves, I'm going Braves.
Okay, so we probably need to do the Braves deal first, since that's going to be the hardest one to replicate because of how many prospects we're coming back with.
Okay.
We could look. I mean, there are still players outside of the people we're offering here to the Braves that are trade baits. Like, we aren't offering. We aren't talking about Jimenez in this deal. We're also not talking about Nick Gordon in this deal. There are other people that we could try to string together to pick up Ohtani. The problem is just going to be that Estrada and Trammell are involved in both deals.
No, it's fine. Let's just go ahead. We don't have to do everything. We're going to do what's best for the team. Here's the question I have for you, Alex. All right?
Yes.
Does this deal make our team better?
Absolutely. It gives us a full-time third baseman in Riley, which means that even if we get rid of Estrada, we'll at least be able to put Riley at third base for the current time being, which increases our infield potential, and it gives us a power hitter in Riley. It also gives us a couple of really good prospects. Contreras is actually a very decent catching prospect, very good behind the dish, and also very good in the plate, being able to hit. He's very, very good. Pac, of course, is a fantastic fielding, running center fielder. I'm hopeful that his hitting can develop into what we expect it to be able to be, but at the same time, basically, he would be better than Trammell. So we're upgrading Trammell to Potch, basically, and we're upgrading Jimenez with basically Riley, and we're upgrading the pitching staff with Tristan Beck. Tristan Beck doesn't have to be our go-to guy. He wouldn't have to turn into like a Forrest Whitley for us. We already have people who are better, but he just gives us a little more depth to be able to throw into probably Double-A at this point. So it's a good deal all around. If there was any world in which we didn't have to give them Trammell, I would see about that, but I don't think they will ever accept that deal without Trammell involved, just because of how good he is right off the bat. Yeah, even if you said make this work now, yeah, there's nobody on that list that I'm like, oh, that's an easy pickup right there. Senzel's way too good. He's a major league player right now. We need him. Pilar might be a person that I wouldn't mind getting rid of, actually. That's actually very interesting. Huh. You know what? Pilar's not that bad. That would force us to throw Christian Pach either straight into center field.
Let's do it.
Or we could have Ohtani go play right field, and we'd force Betts to play center field, which is also not a bad idea.
No, I'm not saying that's a bad idea, but I'll do Pach for Pilar straight up.
Okay, yeah, that's interesting. I think that's an upgrade for Pilar for Pach, and then you would basically put Riley at third, and that gives us Trammell to be able to throw at the Angels for Ohtani. If you wanted to get really interesting, Rich, we could throw Adames at the Angels as well. We'd have to have someone play shortstop until Yoshioka got back, but then we would have Yoshioka play shortstop full time, and we could throw Trammell and Adames at the Angels and see if that sticks.
Okay.
So
let's do this deal, Alex. Let's do it. Let's make this deal.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think if there's anybody else last second we should add. No, not really. We could see if they'd be willing to retain some of Riley's contract for us.
They got to think about 55.
They would think about 55?
They would do 25. They'll do 30.
So it's pretty close already.
They'll do 30.
As is. Okay. 30 is not, I mean, that's asking for pennies at this point. But at the same time, just to make sure that we're as close to the middle ground as possible for them to be able to say yes or no. That's fine. That's fine. We can make that deal.
Are we doing the 30 or not?
We can do 30. Yeah, that's good.
All right, we're doing it. I'm pressing the button. The button's been pressed. We did it. Yes! I love it. Absolutely love it.
Perfect. All right. And that is going to be one of the big trades for this evening. Very nice. All right. Now comes the hard one. We have to figure out what we can dangle in front of the Angels for Ohtani. So we got rid of Estrada, we got rid of Jimenez, we got rid of Herget and Hernandez, and we got rid of Pilar. Which is actually good, because Pilar's a free agent at the end of the year, and he was asking for like $12 million. So that actually saved us a lot of money down the road. So that's actually really good.
Love it.
So we need to add to our side of the list immediately. I would add Yusniel Diaz, who's on that AAA farm team, because we just got Pach, and we're not going to have room for Diaz if we have Pach. I would then go and add probably Nick Gordon on that same list. So we'll add Gordon and Diaz. We can do both of those. And then we need to do... If you're having trouble finding Gordon, he should be on that list. Yeah. Second base prospect, I believe. Yeah. We also need to add, of course, Trammell to this deal. And he is in, what is it, Double-A? I think he's in Double-A right now. No, he's in Single A+. My apologies.
I was going there. I should have gone with my gut.
So we would have to add Trammell, of course. He has to be involved in this.
Okay.
And then we'll need to see what would make it work for them. Is that even close enough?
Nope.
Okay, so not really. That's not really enough for them to make that an interesting deal. I know that you'd be very interested in just doing Senzel for Ohtani. If you're down for it, we could add Senzel and then add some prospects onto their side and see if they would take it.
Nah. That's not right. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's just that Senzel's such a big piece of what we're building up around right now.
I'm fine. No. I don't need Ohtani that bad. Like, what is Ohtani really going to do for us? Right? He's going to be great.
He would be a good replacement for Severino.
I don't need to reverse course on a significant part of my strategy when I just got a bunch of great players.
That's true.
Like we just got a bunch of great players.
That is true. And I don't even know if Ohtani is going to have a good year or not. It would be interesting to see how well he does in the National League when he can play more full time.
Don't get me wrong. You try adding? I want Ohtani, chat. I'm just saying, like I'm coming from a high from just getting 4 studs. So like, why would I want to take all the good that we just did, chasing Ohtani? Now, if we get the right group of prospects, I'm all for it. I'm just saying, like, I'm not willing to sort of.
We're not going to stretch that
because
far.
of the excitement of doing that. Make a bad deal.
Yeah, I understand. Can you go back to that trade offer really fast? If you even added Adames onto our side of that deal, would that even come close to acquiring Ohtani? We do need someone
actually play shortstop. You know that, right?
I'm sorry?
We do need someone actually play shortstop.
Yes. We have options, technically. Okay, they would need to think about that. What would make it work right now, though?
I'm sure the same list of players.
Like, how close are we?
We're close, because they'll take basically any other player on our entire franchise.
Okay, so that's real close. But that's a good sign that we're actually not that far off.
But then we have no shortstop at all, right? And I don't.
We would not have a major shortstop.
It's hard to play baseball without having a shortstop.
Technically, Lugo can play a little. Well, he hasn't been trained at shortstop, but he would be okay. He has the arm and range to be able to play shortstop. We also have Sergio Alcantara. We have Drew Jackson down in AAA, who's not too bad. We also have Nick Gordon, who I think is involved in this deal. Yeah, he is. Nick Gordon would have been the best prospect for shortstop that we would have. So, yeah, we would be kind of limiting our shortstops pretty heavily if we did that kind of a deal.
Magus with the Ray Ordonez.
What if
I like that.
What if we gave them a Hunter Green instead of Willy Adames?
I thought we just said Hunter Green was like one of our top dudes that we're like building.
Yeah, but we're picking up basically Hunter Green in Ohtani, aren't we? Like, this is basically Hunter Green fully developed. So we wouldn't need Hunter Green if we have Ohtani. So if you add Green and then take away Adames, I want to know how close that would make this deal.
Not very.
Definitely cannot accept this offer. Okay, but it's not. You have to add somebody big. So if you make this work, what's the list? Okay, that's doable. That's actually doable. We could give them Matsura, and I'd be fine with that.
So who's my catcher going to be?
Your catchers are Posey and Grulon.
Right. I got Grulon, but Posey's playing first base for me right now.
Posey would no longer play first. I would have Brent Rooker come up from AAA to play first base because he's got power. And him and Riley would become our power hitters backing up Betts. They become our number 4, number 5 hitter at that point.
Okay.
And that actually wouldn't be too bad. Plus, we've gotten rid of a ton of our 40-man players with these deals. We have lots of room to move with. Is Ohtani a free agent at the end of the year, though? hold on, I gotta look this up now. What is Ohtani's contract right now?
1 year.
Salaries. Ohtani.
That's it.
Ohtani is in arbitration for 4 years after this year. He's expected to have an auto re-signing of $650,000 next year, and then he's expected to probably be anywhere between $6 to $7 million for his first year of arbitration.
Which is when?
That would be 2022.
All right.
We would have him until 2025 or 2024. Sorry.
That's fine.
So that wouldn't be too bad.
No, it's fine. This is the major leagues. You got to pay.
Yeah, exactly. Plus, if he does as good as we're hoping he can do, we could either pay him the money at that point because he would still be cheap for a couple of years. Gives us a fighting chance to have a really good 1-2-3 duo with Alzolay, Gray, and of course Ohtani. So that's not a bad deal. Richardson isn't bad, Bird, but he develops into a pretty good prospect in like a year or two. We got to be careful with Lyon Richardson. He's actually a sneaky prospect. I would not mind making this deal in a heartbeat, Rich.
Let's go. Let's
Green
do it.
is not exactly prone to developing to 100%. I don't remember if he has high greed or not, but I like this deal. I actually do like this deal.
All right. Are we doing it? If you like it, if the chat likes it, I'll do it.
I do like Bird's suggestion if we could add somebody else to the deal. Could we look at adding someone like a Rengifo to the deal by any chance?
I don't care. If you say to go get him, I'll put him in there.
Yeah, let's try adding Rengifo and see if they'd be willing to add him for free.
Where is he?
He's on their 40-man roster. I think you passed him.
I did.
I don't think they'll give us Adele and Ohtani. That's probably not going to happen. Yeah, Rengifo's in the bottom of that list.
They have to think about it.
They have to think about it. Okay. If we retained 100% of Matsuura's contract, would that be enough?
Nope.
Still need to think about it. Okay. Bummer. Okay, so no, we're pretty much at the breaking point for the Angels. They're not gonna give us anything more than pretty much just Ohtani for those 5 guys with no retainer. Which is fine. That's a good deal.
Let's do it.
Of itself.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Let's get rid of some prospects that we're probably not going to need now, and pick up a person who's ready to go. That gives us our win now player.
We did it. We got the future and we got the present. We did it,
Yes!
Alex. We had our cake and we ate it.
I actually had cake earlier today, so yeah, I do understand that analogy.
Unbelievable. We just got, and I had no expectation whatsoever of getting Ohtani, and we just got Ohtani. And we got Posh or Pac, whatever. I know who he is. I just don't know how to pronounce his name. And Austin Riley. Are you kidding me?
Oh yeah, we got some good people. We're gonna have to hope for some good development and good performances out of Riley and Ohtani.
Of course.
We're basically throwing everything on them.
Yes.
To make us a winning ball club at this point. But those are good pickups.
Love it. All right, I'm exhausted. Let's end this thing.
Let's end it. We're done. That's all the trades for the day, guys.
You were not kidding, Alex, when you said that we weren't going to advance a day.
We weren't going to go anywhere.
Wow. All right. So that was amazing. Thank you, Alex, for this. This was a blast. Thank you, chat, for being here. Let's take a real quick, and when I say quick, I mean a quick look, because next week we'll spend time looking at not a ton of time, but we'll spend some time. But then we'll get back to playing some ball games, for crying out loud.
Yeah. Wait, we actually play ball games?
We do. We do.
You may have to go to the waivers and DFA section to grab those players and put them onto our major league squad.
All right. So what do? I just right click? Do I click all 4?
So we need to add all 4 of them to our 40-man roster at least. I would assume that everyone but Contreras is going to go to our Major League active roster. So all four
what do I
go
do?
to the 40-man.
Okay.
And then I would only add Ohtani, Riley, and Posh to our active roster. And then Contreras has to go to AAA because we already have our other positions pretty much done at this point.
Very good.
And then you will need to go back into our listings and make Posey play catcher again. We don't have the first baseman we want to, but we're probably going to send down either Lugo or Munoz.
All right, you know what?
To have
Too much.
come up and play.
Too much. We got to do it next week.
We'll do it next week. We've got a lot to run through. Don't worry about that.
We got a lot to run through. We did the trades. Chat, this was awesome. This was so much fun. Alex, thank you so much for spending the time to put these trade ideas together and for doing the straw polls and for leading this whole thing.
Absolutely.
You are the best, dude. You are absolutely the best. Thank you for doing that. Thank you, chat, for being here. Thank you for being part of the Big Rich Machine. We've never done anything quite like this, and we're going to do this for a long time. Alex and I were chatting, during our chat right before we started. This is going to go on for a long time. This is not 1 year. It's not 2 years. It's a long time. We have no idea how long. Could be 5,000 episodes of this show. Who knows? But this show, The Big Rich Machine, is going on for a long time. And we appreciate you guys being here every Tuesday night, 10 p.m. Eastern. You're the best community in video games. I say it every day because it's true. Thank you for supporting us. Your support means everything and allows us to do what we do, including all the things that you see us do, streaming 7 days a week, doing podcasts, putting everything on our YouTube, being in our Discord, interacting with us there in our forums, all of that stuff. We have some, this year has been unbelievable, Alex, with the Athletics, the Athletic doing the 30 club online league, with all the SB Nation stuff, with Baseball Reference. We did the MLB Dream Bracket with MLB on the MLB Network Twitch channel. Amazing. And guess what, guys? There's more good stuff coming. We can't wait to tell you. Even more good stuff coming with us and some partners. It's going to be spectacular. Thank you for helping make this happen. I can't thank you enough. It's just amazing to be able to do this every day. Thank you for your support. Alex, thank you for being absolutely the best customer support guy in the world. You are the best at what you do. We thank you very much. And hey, what do you say we do this again next Tuesday night, Alex?
Absolutely. We've got to see how this team plays.
Love it. Yes, we're going to play some ball. We're going to set some rotations, some lineups, and play some ball next week. I love it. All right. Thanks, everybody. Tomorrow is the Franchise Hockey Manager, guys. They're here at 10 o'clock p.m. They're doing a great job. Thursday, it is This Week in Perfect Team at 9 p.m. with Chris. And right after that, I'm doing the Perfect Team playoff push at 10. On Friday night, it's GNR Runs the Mets with me and Gus Ramsey. Saturday, my man Alex will be here 3 p.m. Eastern doing his Science Saturdays, which are spectacular. Sunday night, join me for Perfect Team Weekly Prep. Monday night is This Week in Perfect Team Weekly Showdown, the esports show, and then we're right back here Tuesday night. Alex, thank you. Chat, thank you. You're the best. We'll talk to you again real soon.